Ebusianfo memo bibi akwaba eba Melodies TV so. Onim say we are still talking about a year Ofori Atta obia trenadwen. I think the latest report I made by about Ofori Atta the Attorney General our catcher Ghana for say Ofori Atta ebeba. Right, there is also a report I have seen from the Inquirer newspaper. Our motre say Ofori Atta one man de ochina ka ho. Nti Ghana ni bia ni eda so say Ofori Atta bebe bia no. You ain't forgetting a womba. I don't know why they are saying that. But we are going to go into it and then we are going to read to see why the Inquirer is saying Ofori Atta is not going to come. Embre wo wa. You be can comment near head the Ghana for Eka. Mr. Render, your first time or subscribing, now click the notification bell on so. We understand latest news be about on sa ebeka. Na mekaimo say Novdek eba. Se wutie me na opeso tro Novdek. Ana owo eba. Ana se owo wafasi bia ne wasi na nkuyi a ewo se wo tro Novdek a Mr. The only school I recommend the amount Sanctuary College. Omo danso man. Frewomo ewo 05377302272. NHSM NSA Sanctuary College has a WhatsApp group. Group nimuno teachers train kolana de solve your questions amomo. Opesa join the group na comment box nimuno links miensa ewom. The last link, Mr. The last link. O click here. Na trese wa join the group no amaye. Me sanso kai will say book na eda screen so sisi and your friend the Ghanaian investor. Na book we ebetrel seni obe investi usika ewo Ghana ha. Na wa utie me bia so opese o make sika. What as opese o nya sika ewo Ghana pe book ni bi nato. Now open hard copy of the book na obetumi nya no Amazon but open in 10 so there was a send book no ma ewo WhatsApp via ebia in the form of PDF and a tree video and an English video bia na Mr. 055-807-4986. That's the WhatsApp number 055-807-4986. Book me 100 cedis per. What you say until click it and I say WhatsApp here. Naturally say ya pay book number. And I say comment box ni mono. There is a link, the second link. What you say. Na me sanso stremo say obi biara wato book no ewo Amazon biano. Please leave a review. What you say. So that Amazon will recommend the book for other Ghanaians. Anyway, young concept ni mo say Ofori Atta won't come. Reports. As a very reliable sources close to the Inquirer, including diplomatic and immigration sources, say Ofori Atta, former Minister of Finance in the erstwhile Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and MPP administration, insist that the finance minister will not voluntarily come to Ghana unless the Supreme Court or executive give public and diplomatic assurances that he will be protected from the canker of any public opinion trials that may feed into kangaroo trial. Okay, so unim say asemwa obia can say Ofori Atta has two ways to deal with the same way. Now the two ways and they say one, obetumi decide say ono ankasa ebeba oman ni mu and then you find self deport. And now two, say America for ankasa ebeden ebe deport no. Say America for ankasa deport ne dia ene dia Ghana ye nya ye trie didim. But pass wo no voluntarily no be sorry say wo ba Ghana pan de. Omo say Ofori Atta say ehene ha. Jawajo. Is it Ofori Atta say ehene ha obepeden o mende ochina ka ho ati ase omba because apparently he believes say trial na ye de be man no ebeye kangaroo trial ati ase say ebeye public opinion trial na ye ka say public opinion. That means Ofori Atta actually believes say Ghana public no there is a perception they say we sika into on pese ye be use Ghana for your public opinion no e dey try no yasemo inti allegedly emra na omo wa ben mu na allegedly omo wa ben mu na no omo omo abemu na no omo allegedly omo ema ana omo ma pressure say yen prosecute NDC for the say be omo de no munye nipa nti omo de no munjina ho ne yen prosecute omo emra na to force ne prosecute na yede ne court na gofreda me pese o chi ato force ntum no se be ato force de no de onye nipa So according to Gabi, an Accra lawyer and publisher, but also a family source, Ken will certainly come to Ghana and do so voluntarily. Inti Gabi Ochedakun, ena Obabeka say, Ken Ofori Atta obeba Ghana. What you say? Gabi Ochedakun e Babeka asem no. Say Ken Ofori Atta beba Ghana. But according to the inquirer no, omo no information na womo enya etre say, enya dia Ken Ofori Atta betu ni na yesi Ghana de biarada. I say, but the inquiries checks reveal that even if Donald Trump flusters by executive fiat a directive to repatriate Ken, the court system will be there to look at issues of African politics and constitutional rights, as well as asylum conventions. I say, Ken Ofori Atta is currently in an immigration detention camp over alleged inconsistency in immigration application. But the government of Ghana, through the Attorney General, has filed an extradition request for Ken to be held down to Ghana as a fugitive, avoiding lawful trial. As the Attorney General, Dominic Akrotinga Ayini, has affirmed in press briefings that there really is an extradition request filed by the government against Ken Ofori Atta. I say one source who has worked in Ghana as a food security researcher said, by his understanding of the U.S. jurisprudence, Ken is patiently ill to be forced into a trial. I say Ken is patently ill to be forced into a trial. Sorry, any patient, patently. I say she added that while the immigration allegation is still triable, by the circumstances of his health condition, he cannot be forced back to Ghana to face a perceived hostile system. Another source who worked with the U.S. Marines and is back on retirement said extradition is lawful to the extent that Ken can be trialed in absentia, despite arguments by a segment of the political class that he held a top-notch public office and should be there and should there be patently and tangibly accountable as in physical assets. Yet a third source reacting said Ghana's elections and vibes out there about threats of political tweaks, including the sack of a chief justice and petitions to sack the electoral commissioner, is under careful and discreet study by global human rights and democracy institutions and watchers, and may factor into extradition conversations and decisions. That's quite interesting. So I'm seeing people try to draw in get to talk on nu Pamia ya Pameno, and then Charlotte Osei on also ye be you no just the same way ni na no betumi aye nsem bi as a judge beat in that case ni so a Ken Ofori Atta betumi yusu na yama judge no aka say my yama Ken Ofori Atta mba Ghana. I disagree, but I mean, let's see. You see, together, this will be a long, winding legal battle, and that may take some time. Our researcher told the Inquirer. I say yes, Gabi may be right, but question will I say Gabi may be right, but question will be whether the accused may be willing to come back. In that case, he may still have rights under the U.S. system. Another source intoned. Also, the Inquirer also believes that an account of the psychological, emotional, and mental stresses the former leading appointee has endured, nobody will advise him to return to Ghana unless he's willing to do so at his peril. Now, that's what the Inquirer is saying. Gabi Ochedakwa kase Ken Ofori Atta nkasa si obeba inquire and so nsɛm mo kan sɛ ehene ha enya de Kenofo Atta beto ne nan si Ghana. We wait to see. We wait to see. Ebusiafo montre mo adwe comment box ni mo. Medase.